It's your boy Slat, and I ain't made a video in a minute, so I just want to check in and see how everyone's doing. Hope everyone's doing good in these times, and remember to keep growing and keep prospering. So today I want to talk about the importance of emotional currency and emotional energy, and why we shouldn't just be using it for just about anything, and why it's important to conserve and choose wisely what you want to save your emotions for. Everything shouldn't have an emotional response from you. And if everything is giving an emotional response from you, that means you're also draining yourself. Some interactions throughout the day should consist of positivity and something that uplifts you instead of something that just drains you. So why is emotional intelligence important, and why we need to understand emotion is a form of currency? Well, emotion just means energy in motion. So that just means your emotions is just energy that's now moving. Now the real question is, can you be aware of why this energy is now in motion? And what is it trying to tell you? So I noticed recently during these times, there's just about any post on social media that could just about get you down and drain you and try to make you respond to it negatively. And that's really the hardest part about what I mean by emotional currency. Is everything worth your emotions and your reaction? So don't get me wrong, I understand what's happening right now with the whole social media stuff. It's in some ways is a very toxic environment right now. We're constantly bombarded with news of our fellow black brothers and sisters dying at the hands of racial injustice. And it's really a tough time to be on Instagram being a fellow black person, to look at it and you instantly identify and absorb all the information that's put out there, and it kind of belittles you in a sense. So why I say the importance of emotional intelligence and currency is that some posts and some things are meant specifically just to throw you off your balance and throw you off your pivot, put you in that fight or flight state. You got to realize the end goal of a lot of things that our so-called oppressors do is to ultimately put you in the fight or flight stage. So whenever you think about them, see them, or view them in any way, shape, or form, or even in your own perspective, you're always siding with your oppressor, even if you don't consciously know it. That's the scary part of emotional intelligence, is the moment you choose to react, the person that whoever is conducting that experiment for you to react is going to reap the benefits. Because if you get upset and that person was intending to make you upset, don't you think that person is going to be kind of happy they were able to make their little science experiment work? So you guys got to start treating yourselves the same way. And even look at it locally. If you know somebody's trying to heckle you and you know somebody's trying to throw you off your pivot, how can you respond by giving them the emotions they want? You see, they're indirectly telling you that they want your energy once again. So they want you to react or come out of character so they can see a side of you that they know they harbor. They just want to see you go to that side. They want to bring you back down to their frequency. So you're going to be tried. So you got to start protecting your emotional. Look at it as an investment. Your emotions are an investment. Everything should not get an emotional response out of you. And that's just facts. If everything's getting an emotional response out of you, that means you're not building your energy up. You're just draining yourself. So a lot of people, you guys are going to be very drained in these times. You guys are not meditating, self-care. You're just bombarding yourself with emotional and psychological warfare attacks. You constantly see these posts and something instinctively inside of you relates that we are both black. So that fear shared at that moment becomes yours. You now start to think, the police are gonna get me, or these people are gonna get me, or these people are gonna get me. And it's not saying it's wrong to be aware to a degree that messed up things are happening in the world, but what your own anxiety is gonna do from the moment on you notice it is, it's gonna try to tell you how everything is going to shit. That's the very idea of your anxiety. It's gonna show you that whatever you just experienced, if you do feel some way, shape, form of fear from it, it will manifest, and your anxiety will make it seem like everything is not. So you will be in an emotional roller coaster and you won't be able to find peace because you're choosing to respond negatively to everything you see. Everything has a choice, even before you react. There's a moment of conscious awareness that you're allowed before you react. So if you choose to react, you just gotta understand, maybe you're not given enough time to find a decision or another option. You feel you're being cornered, so you react right away. But to react is not really having conscious thinking. That's just you responding. That's not conscious behavior. So we gotta realize a lot of us are stuck in the responding state, the fight or flight. We're not in control of our emotions, and we don't understand them very well. Like I said, it's energy and motion, and we're not very fluent in the language of energy in this country in a lot of places. It's very far-fetched information and not really talked upon too much. But, you know, it's a part of the journey. Eventually, time and time, people will see that emotional manipulation is at an all-time high, and it goes for just about everybody within the society. That's the scary part about emotional manipulation, is they manipulate the black people to feel inferior, and they also manipulate the white people for them to keep on giving off like they have this superior edge, because that's what they were taught. If they were taught they were superior and shown that their whole lives, they're gonna carry that with a sense of pride. So you guys gotta stop being mad at the random white person. They do need to change their behaviors, don't get me wrong. Everyone needs an adjustment. But if we really get down to it, we're gonna end up saying everyone needs to change something. The white people gotta change how they respond to us. We gotta change how we respond to them. It's always a two-way street. And a lot of people get mad when you say stuff like this because we don't ever wanna address where we are messing up, why we're allowing this type of shit. Because there is shit we can do about it, we just choose not to. That's just the real. We like to talk about everything we want to do, but we never actually step into action. That's our problem. We could fantasize all day, but when it's time to make action, we're never really about it. So we got to understand, you can't just be reacting all day. That's not responding to the problem. Just by reacting, you're actually doing more harm than good. Because your emotions were in check, you lost control right away and you responded. That's a form of weakness. They show you this in anime every time. The person that fights first, the person that responds first, always gets their ass kicked. Why? Because they reacted first. They didn't think, they weren't aware, they reacted first. And when you react, if the other person is aware, you're now in their hands. You do understand that, right? And that's why you gotta understand, emotions are so powerful. They don't care about your mind. You niggas not that smart. They care about what's held in your mind, your emotions, what makes you tick, what makes you behave, what makes you respond. If they could get grasp of that, that's all they need from you. They don't need your math formula. They need you to be a law-abiding citizen. You guys got to understand that. But how do they get that? They need your emotional currency. If they hold your money, just like the banks hold your money, it's a form of control, right? So they have your emotions, they control you. See, that's why I don't just be responding to every post I see, because I know there's an agenda to make me feel a certain kind of way. What do they want me to feel? That's exactly what I'm not gonna feel. And so I'm not gonna get angry. I'm gonna breathe and I'm gonna feel compassion, like, damn, they killed another brother, that's fucked up. And it is fucked up, you know? And I'm gonna have compassion, like, yo, that can't, shit like that, that's wrong, that's fucked up, you know? But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm gonna go drive down to that guy's house and take action like that. I'm gonna take action in the sense of shit I can do. How am I gonna keep improving my situation and situation for my people? People that look like me. How am I gonna push the boundaries so we're no longer looked at in that way? How am I gonna push the boundaries where perspective change come about? That's the stuff I believe in, and you always gotta believe in doing the work that you can currently do. Don't start fantasizing, oh, we're gonna go march, we're gonna go do this. Like, if you're not gonna do that, it's okay. Don't feel forced because everyone else is doing that. Everyone has their own way of contributing to stuff. Everyone gonna contribute in their own way. And some of the best contributions a lot of us could do is just having emotional intelligence, knowing what and what not to react to. Once again, I said, emotion is energy. It's also a currency. You're not just gonna waste your money just buying stupid stuff all the time. There's gonna be a point where you ration that money. You're like, you know what? I don't need to buy this. I don't need to do this. Money's the same thing. Money comes from the concept of emotions. You cannot just be giving your emotions to anything. It's the same idea. Look at the most reserved people. They're always respected for a reason because they got that emotional guap on them. They got shit under control. And they're not saying shit is perfect, but they got shit under control to the point where it's like, it's a mystery. See, the person that reacts all the time, you got them figured out. Nobody worried about you. That's why the person always carry on, run their mouth. Everybody would be like, I'll smack that nigga. Because it's a reason for that. They're not believing it because you are constantly spending your emotional energy. You're an open book. You see how simple that is? You carry on all the time that people always know you're the carry on guy. You see? So being overly emotional and indulging in emotional experience all the time often makes you predictable. And it's also a way of self-harm and self-sabotage. So we gotta get wiser about how we use our emotions. Remember, just because you're in a situation doesn't mean you also have to react. Sometimes you have to step back and observe and look at, is this worth engaging? Because everything ain't worth engaging. That's some real shit. There's gonna be sometimes you're gonna be in conversations and debates and all that stuff. Sometimes you just gotta walk away because at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself 3 questions. Am I learning anything? What is my being provided with at this moment? Do I feel uncomfortable in any kind of way about the information being presented? If you could consider all 3 of those things before responding or reacting, you will start to make progress and move forward in your own life. So, oh, shit, that wasn't a quick video, but I've been going for a while, so I ain't speak to y'all in a minute. But, yeah, that's about it, though. I'm gonna tap in with y'all later.